Yeah, talent, and I think in terms of talent, we are the same. If you remember the Olympic squad, that one that beat Brazil, and I always give this comparison. We had Jabu Pule, they had Ronaldinho, but their careers went different ways. And that makes you think. And they all, both of them had the same problem. Ronaldinho did the same things that Jabu Pule does. Ronaldinho drinks, he's a party animal and all those things. But his career went the right way. He went on to win the Ballon d'Or. Jabu Pule had to struggle with teams and. So if you look at it then, in terms of talent, I think we can match them. In fact, I think we're even better in terms of talent. But because we don't have systems that take care of our players, we don't have the right management, we don't have the right coaches that understand players. When the same Ronaldinho left PSG because he was drinking too much. He went to Barcelona and Barcelona said to him, we realize your talent, but we will manage you. And that's the important. That's why normally in Europe they don't call them coaches, they call them managers because they manage players. Sir Alex Ferguson knows that Wayne Rooney has got a drinking problem. So when Wayne Rooney goes to drink at the weekend, sometimes he goes with him. So he creates that rapport. I'm not saying that coaches and players should go drink it together, but you know how each and every player has got his own problem. So I think that is the key, that we don't know how to manage them. And also we have a lot of foreign coaches coming to South Africa, destroying our football, and they don't understand. If you look at a player like Scapi Malatsi, Musin Etugral destroyed Scapi's career, if the truth has to be told, because he didn't understand the type of football that Scapi plays. But Renamo South Africa, that's exactly what kind of football that we want to see. So for me, those are the key things in that. I don't see a big difference. In fact, in terms of talent, I think we can produce some of the best players, better than tactically and technically better. Tulani Serrero, fantastic player as an example, But then if he goes into a system that plays a football that does not allow him to play the way he wants, then he struggles. I end up at those. There's many other players who went overseas and who continue to do well, who did very well. Steven Pinar is one of an example that did very well. So we have the talent, we have the players, but I don't think our coaching systems and our management style allows us to take these players and allow them to flourish, excuse me, to a point where they can be on the same level, level Neymar and them. Because the things that Neymar does, we see young boys doing them at under 15, under 14. Kamukelo Mokojo won the World Cup at under 12 with the Tsetse Flies. If you entered Paris that time when they won it, there was a big billboard here, Kamukelo Mokojo and Zinedine Zidane. Zidane was saying that I had never seen a player like that. You understand what I'm saying? But where's Kamu now? Shakes Mashawa did not want to pick him, says he's got a weight problem. Kamukelo is a special player. And that's the thing, we don't know how to manage them, we don't know how to treat them. And as soon as our coaching and management system of players improves, then we can be world beaters.
All right.
Look, in terms of roping players, former players into the system, I think it's a tricky one because, where do you stop? Do you bring in everyone? And again, not everyone who played football is a good coach. Not everyone who played football is a good manager. So then you started to look, can Lucas Radebe bring you that management style? Can Phil Masinga, what value can he add? Because you can't just say, David Nyati, come, everybody who's played, come, the 96 squad, come, all of you. Some of them, maybe they're not well spoken, some of them don't have the education, they might have the experience. So you start looking at what value can they add. Roger Desa was part of the 96 squad. One of these is a good coach, well achieved, took Orlando Pirates to multiple finals, into Africa, and so on. So you start looking at those people, and I don't know, I know that SAFA is doing a program where they're trying to bring them in, but my point is you can't bring everybody in. You have to look at who can come in and add value to the team. And as soon as we realize that not everyone, because the problem is that, and where do you stop? When you say Rikisa Squad 96, those who played Kaira, Shakes Mashaba and beyond say, but why are you leaving us out? So you need to find that balance and say, look at the skills that those players bring. In terms of experience, yes, they played, they have the experience, but can they add value to the team? And for me, I think that's the important thing.
Okay.
Well, there are programs that schools football, but I think maybe they're not getting the recognition that they used to get. I mean, some of us played Champions League, which was a school's program, and many other people. I mean, I played against Brian Baloyi Kuchepis in 1903. You know, but the thing is, the programs are there. But what I find the problem is that we and I know the former Minister of Sports, Fikile Mbalula, was very passionate about school sports. But remember, you need the buy-in of education. You need to buy in of the Department of Education. So I think the Department of Education and Sports needs to work together. Because the Department of Education is saying our mandate is to teach. Why do you want to disrupt our kids by making them play sports? Where do you get the time? That time we want to use it for revision. That time we want to use it for extra lessons. That time we want to use it for homework. That time, and so on and so forth. So if there can be some sort of cohesion between Department of Education and Department of Sports, then maybe we can see an improvement into that. And again, the other problem is we now, because we are advanced as it were, we go into these multiracial schools that play rugby and cricket. We take our kids to the so-called good schools, but good schools play rugby and cricket. They don't want to play soccer. So if you want to play soccer, you have to go to a township school. So it's a juggling act. Do you go to a township school where the education is not so good, or do you go to a suburb school where education is good, but then your child is going to play rugby and cricket? So I think that's where the thing is. So the sooner the Department of Education and Sport work together, we'll see a bit of an improvement.